Hello again. We're at Red Hill, as we always are, because we're based here. It's a bit foggy, but slowly clearing. I can see the sun poking through the clouds, and today we've got a long trip. We're going up to Perth in Scotland, taking the Arrow for its first long stretch. I'm dead excited about this trip. It's a chance for me to put India Victor through its paces and see what it's capable of. The bags are loaded, and after waiting a few hours for the visibility to improve, it's time to depart. Red Hill Tower, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, outbound with uniform QNH 1012.
Golf India Victor, Tower, pass your message.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, PA28 at the fuel, request taxi, VFR flight to Perth, Echo Golf Papa Tango, 1 on board VFR.
Golf India Victor, Roger, right on the taxiway, hold at Echo 1, squawk 3767.
Right onto the taxiway, taxi Echo 1, squawk 3767, Golf India Victor. While the viz is now greater than 10 kilometres, the observed cloud ceiling is still very low, just 1,200 feet, so my plan is to depart low level and then climb into IMC once clear of the Gatwick CTA. Golf India Victor, Echo 1 ready for departure.
Golf India Victor, after departure, left turn out via the junction, not above altitude 1,400 feet.
Golf India Victor, can we request Godstone Railway Station departure, please?
IFR, Godstone Station then, not above 1,400 feet.
Godstone Railway Station, not above altitude 1,400 feet, Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, runway 18, surface winds 210, 10 knots, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18, Golf India Victor. Clear on approach. That's 40.
No, please, it's the grip running, please, thanks.
That was 60. Speed's alive. T's and P's are in the green. There's 60.
Julie Foxtrot, Julie Foxtrot, join left base, runway 18 to number 1.
Left base, 18, number 1, Golf Julie Foxtrot.
Generally speaking, I usually pick one of two routes up to Scotland, up the east coast or the west coast. Today, weather on the east is better, and so that's what I'm going to do. The distance is 386 nautical miles, and the estimated time en route is 2 3/4 hours. I'm using 65% power with an economy cruise mixture, giving me an indicated airspeed of about 127 knots. We're about to climb into IMC, only the second time I will have done so in the new aeroplane, and so I'm quite tense. Flaps, gear, temperatures and pressures. Just the added complication of the weather on top of a new aeroplane, you know. Familiar with your aeroplane? You know, you're not going to worry so much. You can fly it with your arms behind your back. But have a bit of weather and the new aeroplane, and it proves a bit tricky. But it's brightening up here ahead. The key was to get out of Red Hill and at some point get above this weather. Golf India Victor is Bow Beach Reservoir, request frequency change, south end 130.780.
Golf India Victor, Squawk Conspicuity, free call south end, bye bye.
Squawk Conspicuity, goodbye, Golf India Victor. Okay, going IFR. South end radar, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, request traffic service.
Golf 5 Mike India Victor, South Radar, stand by, clear.
Alpha Papa, wind you 800 feet.
After Alpha Papa, Southend director, all increase route now direct to Dannon's Hall, not above 1,500 feet, VFR.
Italy direct, not above 1,500 feet, VFR, Golf Alpha Papa.
Golf 5 Mike India Victor, South Radar, pass message.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, PA28 Arrow, Red Hill to Perth, IFR. Currently 2 miles southeast of Sevenoaks, climbing to altitude 2,300 feet. Request traffic service and zone transit, clipping your CTA at Basildon, please.
Golf India Victor, identified traffic service, reduce traffic information due to your distance, possible late warning traffic, squawk 4575.
Traffic service reduced, squawk 4575, Golf India Victor.
Sorry, change to squawk actually 5053.
5053, Golf India Victor. I get the aircraft configured for cruise. I'm using 31 inches manifold pressure and 2300 RPM, and then I lean to just rich of peak exhaust gas temperature, which will give me a fuel burn of around 41 litres an hour. By the time I've done that, I'm in the clouds.
Alpha Charlie, contact Farnborough East 123.225. They had
got terrible case of the leads at the moment.
East 123.
Which I'm having to completely ignore.
Alpha Charlie Sierra, South Radar.
Alpha Sierra, go good. Alpha Charlie Sierra, go ahead.
Golf Charlie Sierra, turn right, heading 360 degrees.
Right, 360 degrees, Golf Charlie Sierra.
Temperatures and pressures are all good.
Golf Charlie Sierra.
Just trying to relax into it now. I had an IFR flight the other day, which gave me a bit of a fright. It does give you a bit of a fright, just naturally. Especially when it occurs soon after takeoff. I've slowed down a bit here, just to make it a bit more comfortable. Yeah, just trying to chillax now. No icing.
Golf 5 Mike India Victor, cleared to cross south end controlled airspace on your present track, IFR maintained 2,300 feet.
Clear to cross south end controlled airspace, present track, maintaining 2,300 feet IFR, Golf India Victor. Momentary break from the hard work.
Golf India Victor inside controlled airspace, radar control.
Radar control, and is higher available, please, Golf India Victor?
Sorry, that's broken, try again.
Radar control, is higher, I request higher, please.
I'll give you that very shortly, about half an hour.
Roger.
Golf Charlie, Golf Whiskey Oscar. We're approaching the Kelvin mile, about to change back to North Wheel, 13520. Golf Whiskey Oscar, Roger, squawk contiguity, bye. We're 7,000, goodbye. Golf India Victor, climb to altitude 3,000 feet.
I'm altitude 3,000 feet, Golf India Victor, thanks.
The reason I hadn't climbed higher, or asked for a climb sooner, was that there was Class A airspace above me with a base of 2,500 feet. It's marked on my chart with a mauve line. I'm not permitted to enter that, but I'm now clear to the east of it, and so I have another 1,000 feet to play with.
Golf Echo number 2 to the IFR traffic will be vectors initially to leave the airspace, turn right heading 270 degrees.
Right, 270, Golf Echo number.
Whoa! You see, what happens is, when you enter cloud, you lose your peripheral vision. It's just blank. When you're flying normally, you can sort of look around the cockpit or look at your map and you can still sort of see that the horizon is there. When you go into cloud, you lose that peripheral vision that is the cue to whether you're straight and level. So you can't take your eyes off the instruments for very long at all, because this is everything to you.
The tops of these little bits of cumulus here are a bit bumpy. Checking for icing. No icing. Bit of moisture up there, but temperature's well above freezing. It's like 12 degrees up here, I think. So we're out of the controlled airspace now.
Copy India Victor, traffic left 11 o'clock, mile and a half, westbound, 1,000 feet indicated.
Golf India Victor, roger. Golf India Victor, looking to climb altitude 4,200 feet.
Copy India Victor, roger, where you are there, not above 4,400 feet, you can climb.
Golf India Victor.
Hotel Alpha, leaving controlled airspace in just over a mile, back to traffic service.
Traffic service in the mile, Golf Hotel Alpha.
Everything looks fine. Don't know who we're going to talk to next. I don't think Lake and Heath or Meldon Hall.
Golf India Victor, now leaving my area of coverage for the radar service does terminate. School con security and free call en route. Bye for now.
Escort con security, free call en route. Golf India Victor, thanks. London information, East 1246.
Copy Charlie, yeah.
This is the problem. You think the cloud isn't very deep, and look, we're at 4,000 feet, and we're still not out the top of it properly yet.
Golf X-ray Yankee, suggest the local traffic continuing now with Farnborough radar 125.250, squawking 7,000, bye-bye.
Farnborough 125.250, squawk 7,000. Golf X-ray Yankee, thank you very much.
London information, good afternoon. Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, request basic service.
Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, London information, good afternoon, pass message.
Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, PA28 Arrow, Red Hill to Perth, IFR, currently 17 miles southeast of Meldon Hall, climbing through altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1013, request basic service.
Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, roger, squawk 1177 with Mo Charlie, basic service. And what is your intended routing, please?
Squawk 1177, basic service, climbing to altitude 8,000, correction, flight level 85, and broadly covering the coast, passing overhead Humberside, and to the east of Middlesbrough, Newcastle, and so on. Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, roger, thank you.
Let's just check temperatures and pressures are all good. Let's go to flight level, which is pretty much the same anyway. Just shut this vent because it's starting to get cold now. Good thing about these turbos is it just the power keeps on coming. We've barely got the throttle open at 33 inches of manifold pressure. It's just sitting there comfortably. Up here, the engine will perform
London information, November 2822.
more efficiently,
November 28,
and the true airspeed will be quite a bit higher than indicated. So there are some benefits of being up here. There's a tailwind today, which will also help us along as well. One thing I've been meaning to sort out here is my chair, which isn't quite where I want it. And it's been bugging me this whole flight. Better. Oh dear, right, here we are. We're in the cruise. Thank goodness for that. That was hard work. But good practice, and shows that it can be done. So we're doing 125 knots indicated at the moment, 150 50 almost.
Golf Oscar Kilo, Echo November, London, the Portland QNH
On the ground speed, but that's largely due to the tailwind actually. Temperature up here is 5 degrees, so we're at 8 and 5 degrees, so our true airspeed is 140 according to this. So getting up here, being able to do that with the IMC rating means that we have this, you know, this trouble-free cruise that would otherwise might be, you know, having to worry about low-level cloud and all the airspace below. So I'm, you know, if you can't get up here, then why wouldn't you? I know there are some that say the IMC rating, the restricted instrument rating as it's also known, it shouldn't be used for this purpose and it should only be used to get you out of trouble. But you know, if I never used it until I really needed it, I tell you what, I'd be in real trouble then. You need to keep practicing it. Anyway, regular followers of my channel will know this because I preach this regularly. So we're doing a 65% cruise, you know, that's pretty good. What's, you know, 125 knots or whatever. And we're burning about 41 litres of fuel an hour. We had 230 litres in the tanks. That gives us just over 5 hours of flying, which gives us pretty much time to get there and get back, quite honestly. I didn't want to be low on fuel today. Some of the diversion options up in Scotland are a bit few and far between. Certainly if you're flying up to Scotland, do consider how near the diversion options are. It only takes for one of them to be closed for whatever reason, and you might have a 100-mile journey to get to the next one. For example, today, one of my, not necessarily, I mean, it is actually, you know, I had Teesside and Newcastle as diversion options. Maybe not necessarily to divert to once I've reached Perth, but on the way. And Teesside runway is blocked. The aerodrome is closed due to an accident yesterday. So you've got to, you know, that's why I've got more fuel than needs be, because I can get back to Newcastle if I can't get to wherever I need to get to up there. I mean, the other options are Dundee, but Dundee's quite close to Perth. If the weather wasn't good at Perth, it probably isn't very good at Dundee. So Teesside will be our next 118855. Golf India Victor request frequency change, Newcastle, correction, Teesside radar on 118.855.
Golf India Victor, Roger, Squawk, Conspecurity, bye-bye.
Squawk Conspecurity, Golf India Victor. Teesside radar, good afternoon, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, request basic service.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Teesside, approach pass message.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, PA28 Arrow, Red Hill to Perth, IFR, 29 miles southeast of Teesside, flight level 80, request basic service.
Golf India Victor, Squawk 7067, basic service.
7067 basic service, Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, Squawk 3753.
Squawk 3753, Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, contact Newcastle 124.380, bye.
124.380, goodbye, Golf India Victor, thanks. Newcastle radar, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Newcastle radar, good afternoon. Squawk ident 3753, report your level.
Squawk ident 3753, flight level 80, Golf India Victor. So we've descended because it looked quite cloudy down here, and if I can avoid having to do an instrument approach, I will today. So there's no, I didn't want to do it just for the sake of doing it. So I can get down to a safe VFR level, which I am now, 2,800 feet. So I think it's going to be right hand on runway, let's have a look, 21. We'll join from the west, come round, crosswind actually, couldn't we? Dead side join.
I've been flying for more than 2 hours at this point, and it's been a long day, what with the waiting around at Red Hill for the weather to clear up. What I sometimes fail to appreciate is the effect of fatigue on my flying. I've noticed on a few recent trips that the first indicator of fatigue for me is poor radio telephony. And as I call up Lucas to cross their mats, you can see that I'm starting to stumble and make mistakes.
Lucas approach, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, request basic service.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Lucas radar, pass your message.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, PA28 Arrow, Red Hill to Perth, VFR 24 miles to the southeast of Lucas, altitude 2,900 feet, 1004, routing direct to Perth and request transit of your western stub. Golf India Victor.
If you think about it, you probably wouldn't drive for more than a couple of hours without taking a break, and arguably flying is more demanding. I personally feel that I may need to consider taking rest stops in future, especially in cases like this, where it's turning into a very long day.
Perth Radio, good afternoon. Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, inbound 8 miles to the south, request aerodrome information.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Perth Radio, good afternoon. Runway 21 right hand, the QNH is 1003, the QFE 989 hectopascals.
21 right hand circuit, QNH 1003, QFE 989 hectopascals, Golf India Victor.
India Victor, that's all correct. At the moment we have no reported circuit traffic.
Golf India Victor, will plan to join right hand downwind 21. And I think I see the flare field. It's tuned and temperatures and pressures are in the green, direction indicator is aligned, altimeter we're on 1003 and 1 at 989. And we're at the overhead height. So we'll go gear down now. Got the rain coming in, got landing light on, brakes, undercarriage 3 greens, mixture rich, fuel is on the fullest tank, we've got carb heat we don't need. Golf India Victor is entering the ATZ from the southwest now and joining downwind right hand runway 21.
India Victor, roger, still no reported traffic.
Golf India Victor, late downwind 21 to land. Reds, blues, and we have 3 greens. Golf India Victor turning final, runway 21 to land.
20020 knots.
A safe arrival, but a takeaway for me from this flight is to be better aware of fatigue. What are your limits when it comes to flight duration? How do you manage fatigue and ensure you're properly rested? Have there been times when you've cancelled a flight because you've had a bad night's sleep or are stressed from work or home troubles? Personally, I find it quite hard to measure fatigue. We all know that we should have a good night's sleep, especially before a demanding flight. But what if we wake up in the night and perhaps lose an hour or two? Does that mean we should cancel our flying plans the next day? Let me know what you do and share your thoughts on this issue. That's all for now. Don't forget to tell Santa to get you a Flying Reporter cap for Christmas. Not long ago I reduced the price and they're available on my website. Next time I have a lesson in multi-engine flying in the swanky DA-42. Fly safely, my friends.